My platform is called Newport's and News because I'm from Newport News, Virginia. I'm not born there, but I was raised there. So I put my city on my back and I want to make it well known in the world because I'm like, people don't be knowing stuff just creatively that there's vibes out there. So I'm like, and I want to even add vibes to it. So, I created that platform and then like 4 years ago. Yeah. So the reason I'm mentioning that is because I want to ask where you from. I want to know your background. Because that's important to me, just like representing where I'm from. So I just like to know about, people background in that way too. So are you from Philly? Like,
well, I was born in Camden.
Facts.
Yeah, my mom moved down in Philly. I already had family and stuff. Raised in Philadelphia. We were all over. When she came from Camden, we went to Darby, then Upper Darby, then some part of West Philly to the Northeast for a very long time. So essentially, I would be from there because that's when I remember living in Upper Darby and stuff, but like Northeast is when I started to like pay attention, like, oh, this is Philly, Yeah, my background, my mom's Jamaican, my dad's Puerto Rican. That's basically it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know, I've been out here for 6 years now, and I've lived in South Philly, West Philly, North Philly. To me, it don't seem like a big deal of a difference. I don't ever really be, attached. And some of the geographic or like some of the landmarks and stuff, like you can only give you some stuff in certain, like restaurant-wise or something. It's all just Philly to me. So how do you feel about that dynamic that it's like everybody treats this like it's 6 different places?
It is technically. So like...
That's cool.
So, all right, so you got, like I said, Upper Darby and stuff that I guess would be considered Delco.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely different up there, I would say. Like I said, I moved there in 2018 again. We moved back to Upper Darby. So when I was younger, I couldn't really get a pull from how people are. But up there, the demographic... It's very cultured. You got a lot of...
I liked it out there. I really liked it out there. I thought Delco was Delaware. Until it was
like weird middle or before you hop into Delaware. Delco is definitely a lot of Caucasian people. Upper Darby, it's a lot of Indians, a lot of black people, a lot of Africans, stuff like that. And then as you start moving into West from there, you still got more cultured people. It's a lot of Jamaicans and Africans, still a lot of black people. The West Philly drama is definitely, in my opinion in Phil, is definitely more heightened than North Philly. Okay. Like, yeah, I feel like in West Philly, they're all over. Like, they're a little too gun happy. Everything's like just more talk than do, versus North Philly, unfortunately, they're more do than talk.
I can actually record that.
Yeah.
I can actually, now that you say that, like, I lived out west, and fortunately, I haven't experienced anything in any area, like, anything bad happened to me, but it was definitely, like, I think there's a much more... you just used the best word that I could use to describe it as well. Like, people talk real, directly to what they may be. And then oftentimes you find out about what happened later. Like you said, it's not as...
Like, they start putting the puzzles together, like, oh, it was him, or...
Oh, no, fully, that should have just happened. It just happened. So that's interesting that you even described it that way.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of, like, young boys in West Philly, so easy way to put it. That's basically their mindset and how they move.
I would just be in this little bubble. I guess I never really did a lot out there. I was at my crib, and then I go down Baltimore Avenue to go grab some food, and I never really did anything out there. So I guess that's why I never knew anything about what was going on. I was just in my own little bubble, and then I would travel from there to my studio in South Philly. And I think I like South Philly the best, though. I love West Philly, but, like, when I was in South Philadelphia, I think I have the most of my memories there. Not as far as better to offer, like, jump, because... I had a lot of my, intimate, beginning moments. That's how I got here. I started in South Philly. So, I lived in North Philly But I spent the majority of my time in South Philly because I was, remember what we were saying? Like, you thought rec was at the warehouse? I used to live at the warehouse. That's how I found out. Like, my man's, in my mind, when he was like, yo, you could come live at my studio. I'm thinking like, all right, fly a little John, I'm in Philly. I got to that shit. I said, bitch, this is the fucking warehouse.
Like, I bet you mean like a studio.
You know what I mean? Like, it's about to be sexy Santa. New York, Philly, like, because I'm from the South, so I was definitely fucking in the warehouse studio. I got in there. I said, my G, there's nothing here.
Where's the window?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was devastated. But I'd already signed the deal. I was here already. I mean, I got going out. So I'm in the warehouse. And then that's when I started bumping into Rec Philly and the